The sea was quiet, but her mind was not. Long before her crew stirred, she stood at the helm, watching the horizon for something no map could show. Salt clung to the air, thick with the promise of blood, gold, or both. To the crew, she was captain, but before she earned their fear, she was a daughter, a lover, and a secret. Below deck, the ship creaked like an old beast waking from a dream. Boots thudded against the boards as her crew emerged from their bunks, sharpening blades, tying ropes, and grumbling over old wounds and fresh debts. No one asked where they were headed. They knew better. She always knew where the tide would take them, long before it changed. She hadn't taken command by vote or birthright. She took it by force. The last man to call himself captain had laughed when she offered a plan. He laughed until she slit his throat in front of the crew. By sunset, half the ship swore loyalty. By sunrise, the rest had no choice. Now she commanded more than sails. She commanded silence and fear. A distant island appeared like a scar on the ocean. Hidden within its cliffs was a cache of stolen gold, smuggled by cowards who thought no one would find it. But she had the map, and she had the stomach to take what others only dreamed about. They landed at dusk. Moss-covered statues guarded the shore like forgotten gods. Her boots sank into the wet earth as they followed her into the jungle. Torchlight flickered over sweat and steel. They found the cave behind a waterfall, sealed by a stone marked with a symbol she knew all too well. It was her family crest, the one her father wore before he was betrayed and beheaded by the very fleet she now hunted. The treasure wasn't just gold. It was revenge. They unearthed the crates in silence. No one spoke as she opened the first chest. Inside was more than coin. There were scrolls, names and secrets bought and buried. She smiled, knowing power is heavier than gold but worth far more. Back on the ship, the wind shifted. She felt it before the storm hit. Rain poured sideways. The mast groaned. Lightning cracked the sky like a cannon blast. And through the chaos, another ship emerged from the dark. Its sails were black and it flew no flag. It was a ghost ship. They weren't after coin. They were after her. figure stood on the other deck, face hidden, but she knew the voice. He had come back, the same man who betrayed her months before. The same man she once let into her bed, her plans and her heart. He hadn't died in that storm after all. He had made a deal instead. As the ships collided, steel met steel. The decks turned to battlegrounds. She moved like a storm in human form, with one blade, one pistol, and one purpose. Every enemy she struck down whispered a piece of her past. She cornered him on the aft deck. His blade trembled. He didn't beg. He smiled. Because he had something worse than a weapon. He had knowledge. He told her the fleet she thought was on her side had been paid to hunt her. Even now, sails approached in the distance. Not friends or allies, but sharks in uniform. She could run, or she could finish what she started. She lifted her pistol but didn't fire. Not yet. Instead, she ordered the crew to cut the anchor. They would burn the ship rather than let it fall into royal hands. Smoke rose as they pulled away, and flames devoured the old wood like hungry ghosts. She left him behind, not dead, not forgiven, just forgotten. By dawn, they were miles away. The new day painted the ocean in blood and gold. Her ship sailed slower now, with fewer hands and more ghosts. She stood at the helm once more, but something was different. This time no one dared speak, not out of fear, but out of respect. She wasn't just a captain. She wasn't just a pirate. She was a storm wrapped in flesh, and the sea didn't rule her. She ruled it. They called her a pirate. They should have called her Queen of the Sea. Subscribe for more cinematic stories built on truth, legend, and power. This is only the beginning.